Hello, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome back to our physics online class. This is our fourth lessons during the second MCO. First of all, I would like to say very sorry because I have to shift this class in this evening. Okay, but I hope you will all be ready as we are going to begin soon. Okay. So we wait for a few while waiting your friends to join first in another few minutes. Okay. And while waiting for them, for those who have get this, today we are going to continue our discussion, our revision on Penang SPM Trial 2020. Paper 1, we are focusing on question 11 until question 40. Hello, Min Swan. Good afternoon, IB. It's nearly evening now. Hampir kelewat petang. So I hope you are okay with this time, 5 p.m. I'm sorry to interrupt or to distract your schedule, but I have to carry on with this lesson. Okay, sedia ya semua? Okay, this paper, if you don't have, actually I have posted in my Telegram channel. And this Friday, you're going to come to school to collect this revision paper for every subject. Hari Jumaat ni you kena hadir ke sekolah, ambil semua kertas. This is MPSM, Modul Pengetua Sekolah Menengah for Penang State. Okay, so I hope the class on Friday, everybody will have the full set for this, paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. So this is our focus for today, paper 1. Okay, before that, I begin my slide. Okay, I share my screen. I share my screen to you first. Can you see the boleh nampak tak screen cikgu? Okay, you wait for a while. I share my PowerPoint slide to you. Okay, are they appear to you? Okay, can you see my screen now? Boleh nampak tak screen cikgu? Boleh. If you can see my screen, you please type in the live chat session. And yes, teacher. And am I sound clear to you, class? Can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, please send some response in the live chat so I know we can begin with our lesson. If I have the clear signal, if I get the clear signal from you, okay, I think we can begin our lesson in a few more seconds. Okay, hi, Uncle Bert channel. May I know who is this? Can you identify yourself, Uncle Bert? Okay, thank you. Okay, so without any further delay, okay, in the previous lesson, I have discussed the first 10 questions in this paper, and please be alert that thank you, William, for responding. Okay, please be alert with the correction I made in question number 5. Okay, before the answer is A, not B. It is due to inertia. The mass is decreases, that's so the inertia decreases. Okay, class, so let us begin with our discussion today. Okay, so if you look at your screen now, this is the question on question 11. Okay, question 11. If you cannot see clearly, you can adjust your screen resolution by choosing the highest definition 720 pixel. Kalau you nampak tak jelas, okay, you can adjust resolution on your handphone or your computer or laptop. Okay, this is question 11. It shows diagram 5 shows a glass block is put on a tabletop. Okay, area of the glass block in contact with the table is K and the area of the tabletop is L. The weight of the glass block is WB and the weight of the table is given WT. Okay, so the question is, which expression give the pressure exerted on the glass block by the table? Okay. Oh, I'm teacher at SMK Pulau Gaya. I'm sorry, Mr. or Madam or Sir, Uncle, but I thought you are my students. Okay, thank you. Okay, class, so this is question 11. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, so this is diagram 5. Okay, the diagram is given here. There is a box placed on a table and given the area of the block in contact with the table is K. So this block has an area which is labeled with K, and the area of the tabletop is labeled with L. And given the weight for block WB and the weight of the table is WT. So the question is, which expression gives the pressure exerted on the glass block by the table? So if you refer to this question, this is a question on chapter 3, form 4, force and pressure. So I zoomed for you the answer. The answer for A is WT over K. Okay, and B, WT over L, divided by L. C, WB, divided by K. And then D, WB, divided by L. So which of these four expressions give the pressure exerted on the glass block by the table? Okay, class. So this is the concept of pressure. So you must know what is the general formula for pressure. Pressure is force divided by area. And in this question, the force is given by the weight. Okay, the weight of what? The weight of the glass block or the weight of the table? And which area? Okay, so which one is your answer? Can you type in the live chat session which one is the expression show the pressure exerted on the glass block by the table? Was it A, B, C, or D? Okay, anyone, can you please respond? Okay, before that, if your internet connection is okay, I send the StreamYard link so you can join me up here in this Conti. Okay, I send you the StreamYard link. You can click on it so to accompany me up here as I am alone today. Okay, so have you find your answer? What is the expression give the pressure exerted on the glass block by the table? A, B, C, or D? WT is the weight of the table. K is the surface of the table. WT is the weight of the glass block. Okay, and L is the surface of the tabletop. Okay, is the area of the table. Yes. Any answer? I didn't see any answer yet. Okay, please read this information carefully. Okay, as it is stated, what is K? K is area of the glass block in contact with the table. And L is the area of the tabletop. WB is the weight of the glass block and WT is the weight of the table. So which one is the pressure? Yang mana satu? So it is WB over K. The weight of the glass block which is act on the table area. Okay, the area in contact. Okay, the area in contact. We are concerning on the area in contact with the glass block already, not the whole area of the table. So the answer is C for number 11. All right. Okay, we continue with the next question. Question 12. Again, now we have a glass. An empty glass is placed on top of a table. It is shown in diagram 6. Okay, I zoom for you the question. How does the pressure exerted by the glass on the table change as the water is gradually poured into it. Okay. Vinci say B. Vinci number 11, the answer is C. Okay, WB, the weight of the glass block, which is in contact. Okay, in contact with the surface of the table K. So we concern about area K. WB again over K. Okay. How does the pressure exerted by the glass on the table change as the water is gradually poured into it? So what is this? What is actually this question asks is what happened to the pressure if the force acting is increases? Okay, so what is the relation between force and pressure? Okay, so you are given four choices of graph. A, this is the pressure against volume, and B, pressure against volume, C, pressure against volume, and then D, pressure against volume. So what law we can refer this question 12 to? Which law is related to this question? So the relationship is between pressure and volume. Okay, pressure and volume. So which law tells you the relationship between pressure and volume? Which law relates pressure and volume? If you remember, you learn gas law. It is to do with Boyle's law. Okay, pressure and volume is Boyle's law. So which graph show the relationship between pressure and volume? A, B, C, or D? Come on, anyone? Wei Liang, what do you say? IBG. Yes, Boyle's law. Very good, Vinci. So how does pressure relates to volume? Is it directly proportional, which is shown in A, or is it increased linearly, pressure increased linearly with volume as shown in B, or is it C, pressure, how do we say this relationship? Okay, the gradient decreases, and then D, it shows that the gradient increases. So which one? Can you type the number of questions before you put in your answer, so I know which question you are answering to? I know which question you are responding to. Okay, so this one is supposed to be Vinci say A, Wei Liang say B. Yes, the answer is B. Okay, Vinci, the answer is B. Okay, B, this is the graph show the relationship between pressure and volume. All right. Okay, next question 13. Remember, class, this paper 1 is it tests you a lot on your concept, understanding on concept and application on concept. So to get a good mark for paper 1, your concept must be very, very good, very, very strong. Okay, that's why maybe some people will ask, why need to discuss paper 1? Paper 1 is just easy. Okay, to someone, yes, it might be easy, but to most students, they tend to do a careless mistake in this paper due to the weak concept, understanding of concept. That's why I also discuss paper 1 in our revision, because it carries 26% of your total SPM marks. Okay, 26% is not less, bukan sikit, quite a lot juga 26%. Alright. Even 26%, it still will determine your final grades. Okay, so we continue with question 13. Okay, now we have diagram 7A and diagram 7B. Okay, we look at the statement and the question first. Diagram 7A shows a wooden cylinder that is half immersed in a fluid when it is placed vertically. Okay, what will happen when the same wooden cylinder is placed horizontally in the fluid as shown in diagram 7B? Okay, now in the first diagram 7.A, we place the wooden block vertically. in a vertical position. And you can see that it is half immersed, okay, half immersed in the liquid. And now in 7b, now we place it horizontally. And again, you can, so the question asks you, what will happen when the same wooden cylinder is placed horizontally? So can you predict what will happen to the level of immersion? Okay, if we change the position from vertical to horizontal. So the answer is A, it will immerse half in the liquid. Okay, B, it will immerse completely in the liquid. Okay, C, it will immerse less than half in the liquid. And D, it will immerse more than half in the fluid or in the liquid. So which one is the best answer? Which one do you think is the most correct answer? Half immerse, immerse completely, immerse less than half, or immerse more than half? Okay, this is question 13. What do you say? What is your answer? What concept we apply here? If you remember, this is chapter 3 point. Who remember 3 point? This is 3.4. Yeah, sorry, 3.5. Yes, Archimedes principle. Buoyancy. Yes, okay. So which one? A, B, C, or D for number 13? Vinci say A, immerse half in the fluid. The rest of you, what do you say? Anyone, what do you say? Please join actively, share your answer. So the answer is, first of all, you must understand how many forces acting on this log now as we place it. So there will be two forces acting on it. The first one is the weight, okay? And the second force is the buoyant force. Weight is acting downwards and buoyant force is acting upward. And since the object is floating, so we say that the weight is equal to the buoyant force. So this will cause the liquid to be half immersed in the fluid. All right, so the answer is A. So very good who's answering A. Okay, congratulations. Okay, now number 14. Okay, we are given with diagram 8. Okay, diagram 8 shows a simple mercury barometer, which is used to measure atmospheric pressure. Okay, remember, simple mercury barometer is one devices we can use to measure atmospheric pressure. Okay, so the question is, when the atmospheric pressure increases, so you can highlight this, atmospheric pressure increases, what will happen to the level X and pressure in P? So let's take a look at the diagram closely. So this is our simple mercury barometer. It contains a column with mercury field inside. So now this is point X. Okay, so you are asked what will happen to this level X and pressure at P when the atmospheric pressure is increases. So mean the outside temperature is now increases, atmospheric pressure increases. What is going to happen to the length of this column X? Will it be increases, or will the length decreases, or there will be no changes? And what happened to the pressure here at P? Increase, decrease, no changes. Okay, let's take a look at the option you are given with. Okay, A say level X will rises while pressure increases. B say level of X rises, pressure at P remain unchanged. C say level of X will be fall, mean decreases, and pressure at P increases. While D say level of X will fall and the pressure remain unchanged. So what do you say about question 14? What will happen to level of X and pressure at P? Number 14. Which one? So what happens when the outside pressure is higher? So it will give a push. okay, on the surface of the mercury level at this point. So it will push the mercury downwards. So when the mercury is pushed downwards, so what happened to the level of mercury inside the column? Logically, it will rise, right? So the X column will rise. And then what has so mean? We know X is rises. So we reject C and D. You can cancel, you can reject C and D. So it's now either A or B. We say X is rises. What happened to the pressure at P? Pressure at P, what happened? Actually, pressure at P ini no changes because it is vacuum. Okay, P ini vacuum where the pressure here is 0. Okay, so no changes in the pressure at P. So the answer is B, while the pressure is remain unchanged. Number 14 ini ramai yang jawab A. Okay, actually the answer is B. Okay, answer is B. Level rises, but since but it doesn't actually this question it doesn't mention. Okay, it doesn't mention either this is an air or this is a vacuum. But actually we can assume that this is a vacuum. Okay, sebenarnya soalan ni dia ada tertinggal satu information. It doesn't state that P is vacuum. Okay, so when P is vacuum, the pressure here is 0. So even the level arises, so there is no changes at the pressure here. Okay, class, are you clear? So the answer is B. Okay, answer is B for number 14. Alright. Okay. Chen Yu, Ivy, your Vinci 14 is B. Okay, the pressure is remain unchanged since P is a vacuum. Okay. Okay, now number 15. Okay, number 15. Okay, number 15. Now you're given water manometer. Okay, now we have another devices to measure pressure. Okay, manometer is used to measure gas pressure. Okay, before this you're given a barometer to measure atmospheric pressure. Now you're given a manometer. It is to measure gas pressure. So this part is connected to a gas tank. Okay, this part is connected to a gas tank which is about to measure the pressure. So diagram 9 show the water level when the water manometer is connected to a gas supply. Initially, this manometer is filled with water. Okay, so now the water in the manometer is replaced with mercury. Now we take out the water and we put in mercury inside. We change it into mercury. So the question is, how does the value of H change? So what will happen to the column of H when now this water is changes to mercury? Okay, what do you think will happen to H? So the option says A, it becomes 0. B, it increases, mean the level increases. C, it remain unchanged. Or was it D, it decreases but not become 0? H mean the difference between the level in these two N. Okay, the level of the lower end and the higher end. If you change water into mercury, what will happen to this level of difference? Become 0. Become 0 mean the level is the same. Okay, at both sides. Okay, itu maksud dia. It become 0 mean the level is the same. So no value for H. B, it increases. Okay, mean the difference become higher. Or C, it remain unchanged. No changes at all. Or D, it decrease but not become 0. So which one is the answer for number 15? What do you say? Number 15. Number 15, Qian Yu said D. Are you referring to this question number 15? So the answer is yes. Okay. So the blue arrow shows the initial level when the liquid is water. And the red arrow shows the new level when we change water into mercury. So the answer, it decreases. Okay. Ini the blue level when this is water, and the red arrow shows the new level when the water is changed with mercury. So answer is it decreases but not become zero. Okay, decreases but not become zero. Why? Because mercury has a higher density. Okay, mercury has a higher density compared to water. Okay, so the level will be decreases. Okay, class? Okay, so answer for number 15 is D. Alright. Okay, we continue with number 16. Okay, number 16, you are given with diagram 10. It shows a hydraulic jack. So we are still in chapter 3, force and pressure. Hydraulic jack means Pascal principle 3.4, if you remember. Pascal principle 3.4. Diagram 10 show a hydraulic jack which is used to to lift up a threshold. Okay, 50 Newton of force is exerted on the small piston. So you can see in this diagram, this is the small piston where we apply a force of 50 Newton and the area of the small piston is 10 centimeters square. And this is the big piston with an area of 800 centimeters square where we place the threshold at. So we apply a force here, so it will lift up the threshold. The question is, calculate the weight of the threshold. So what will be the weight of the threshold, class? If you remember, the weight of the threshold will be the force produced. Okay, will be equal to the force produced at the bigger piston. So what formula we apply here? Do you remember a formula on solving Pascal principle? What is the formula for solving Pascal principle? You are given A 500, B is 4000. Sorry, this one semua A. Actually, this one is C. And the last one should be D. We have 3A and 1B here. Sorry for that. A 500, B 4000, C 8000, and D 40,000 Newton. So you can press your calculator and count the force or the weight of the threshold. So how we do this? Okay, so this is the formula for Pascal principle. Yes, somebody is answering. I can see your answer there. So F1, A1. F1 divided by A1 equal to F2 divided by A2. Okay, this is due to pressure. Okay, pressure 1 equal to pressure 2. The pressure exerted here will be similar to the pressure transmitted to the bigger piston. Okay, that is the concept that you must understand. So we write the pressure in terms of F1 divided by A1. So F1 is 50, A1 is 10. So we want to find F2 where A2 is 800. Okay, so by this, F2 is 4000 Newton. Okay, very good. So answer Waylon Vinci. Yes, 16 is B. Okay. So again, class, since this is paper 1 question objective, okay, it's okay if you didn't show your problem because we wouldn't see how you're solving the problem because you only see your answer in your objective sheet. But if you are answering this question in paper 2, you must show a proper solution as what I'm showing to you just now. Kalau you buat paper 2, kena tunjuk the proper working because it will help you to get a better mark, a full marks. Okay, and the final answer is in Newton, 4000. Okay, answer is B. Yes, very good. Okay, next. Okay, next, diagram 11. Okay, diagram 11, still in chapter 3. It shows hydrometer. Okay, who remember what hydrometer is? Hydrometer is a device which we use to determine density of a liquid. Okay, which is to determine density of a liquid. So we have three liquids here, P, Q, and R, where a hydrometer is placed into them, and the density for each liquid is given by rho P, rho Q, and rho R respectively. Rho is stand for density. So which of the following is correct? Mean you have to arrange the density of each liquid. Okay, A said, okay, before that I show to you the diagram. Okay, this is density P and this is the position of the hydrometer inside liquid P. Okay, liquid Q and the position of the hydrometer inside, and liquid R with the position of hydrometer. Okay, see the level of hydrometer in each liquid. Okay, now, okay, this is the choices of answer you are given with. A said rho P greater than rho Q greater than rho R. Okay, B said rho P less than rho Q less than rho R. C, rho P greater than rho R greater than rho Q. And then D, rho R greater than rho P greater than rho Q. So which one is the best answer? What do you think of question 17? Which of this liquid has the highest density and which one has the lowest density? According to the position of the hydrometer. Okay, anybody with number 17? Okay. So the answer, before we find the answer, first you must know this. Hydrometer immerses deeper in a liquid of low density. Okay, this is the clue for this question. This is the clue for the answer. Hydrometer immerses deeper in a liquid of low density. So which means which one is the best answer? The answer is donkey. Number 17 is donkey. Density of R is the highest, followed by density of P, followed by density of Q. Okay, why? Because hydrometer immerses deeper in a liquid of low density. So you can see it immerses deeper in Q. So we say Q has the lowest density and R highest density. Okay, most of you got the correct answer for 17. Very good. Okay, question 18. Okay, question 18, still in chapter 3. We have a lot of questions from chapter 3 here. Now we have a drone, unmanned aerial vehicle, or also known as a drone. Okay, it is nowadays widely used in wide field, in various fields, including agriculture, okay, and so on. Okay, the flying of drone can be explained by which principle? I think this is quite simple. Okay, which principle can be explained? Working of a drone. Was it Pascal? Is it Archimedes, Bernoulli, or Charles Law? Which one do you think? Which one applies? Which principle applies or which law applies in the working of a drone? Number 18. Vinci says C, Bernoulli principle. Yes, so the answer is C. Okay, Bernoulli principle, answer is C. Okay, next. Question number 19. Okay, now thermometer. Okay, so when you see a thermometer, you know already we are now in chapter. Which chapter? Yes, chapter 4, heat. Okay, heat, diagram 13. You can see there is a thermometer here. I zoom the diagram for you. This is the bulb, the mercury inside. This is the glass term, and the capillary tube was inside. Okay, the capillary tube was inside. Okay, which modification will increase the sensitivity of the thermometer? Which modification will increase the sensitivity of the thermometer? Do you remember what sensitivity refers to? Ingat lagi tak sensitivity itu apa? Ability of the instrument to detect small changes. Okay, sensitivity means ability to detect small changes in measurement. Okay, so which one will increase the sensitivity of the thermometer? Is it by using a longer capillary tube? Will it help? Or using a glass tube with a thicker wall? Or using a bulb with a thicker wall? Or using a narrower bore of capillary tube? Which one? For number 19. 3 4, yes, very good. 18 is C, William, yes. Okay, number 19, which one? Longer capillary tube, thicker glass tube wall, or thicker bulb, or narrow bore of capillary tube? Which one will increase the sensitivity of thermometer? Okay, again, Vinci, yes, answer is D, using narrower bore of capillary tube. Okay, so it will more sensitive to temperature changes. Okay, class. Okay, now we move to question 20. Okay, you are now given a heating curve of a solid substance. Okay, so this is the curve you are given with. This is region P, region Q, R, and S. Okay, so the question is heat absorbed to overcome the bonding of molecules at where? At which region? P, you have P, Q, R, and S. In which region the heat is absorbed to overcome the bonding of molecules? Was it A, P and R, or B, Q and S, or C, R and S, or is it D, Q and R? Which one? Which one shows the heat absorbed to overcome the bonding of molecules? Number 20. Okay. Okay, still waiting for your answer. Number 20. Which diagram shows a heating curve for a solid substance? Number 19, D. 20, Chui Fong say B. Ivy, Chi Aying, is it you, Chi Aying? Okay, Vinci also say B. Okay, Q and S. Okay, let's take a look at this answer. So remember, this is the keyword of this question, overcome the bonding. Okay, when heat is absorbed to overcome the bonding, this is where the temperature is constant. It doesn't involve changes in temperature because the heat is now used to overcome the bonding and not to increase the average kinetic energy. So that's why the temperature is constant. So which region shows a constant temperature? Indeed, yes, very good. It is Q and S. Okay. Okay, class. Okay, now Arifah Hamiduddin, can you tell which school are you from? Thank you very much for joining us today. Okay, now we move to question number 21. Yes. Okay, now diagram 15. Okay, diagram 15 shows a pot of hot rice which is covered with an airtight lid and left to cool. Okay, so initially the hot rice, and then we place a lid, it covered by the lid and left until it cool. Okay, the question is why it is difficult to lift the lid when the rice is cold. Why it's difficult to lift the lid when the rice is cold. Let's say initially you have a hot rice and then you place the lid on. So after a while you came back again, you try to open the lid and you will feel it is difficult Okay, it will difficult to it will difficult to take out the lid. Why it is so? Kenapa susah nak buka? Was it A? Because the water vapor condenses on the lid, or is it B? The number of air molecules in the pot has decreased, or was it C? The adhesive force between the water molecule and the lid is strong, or it will be D. The air pressure inside the pot is lower than the atmospheric pressure. So actually what concept we are applying here? Answer is, okay, before we go to the answer, we must understand first what concept we are applying here. Okay, so here what we apply is when temperature is high. Okay, now initially the temperature is high. Okay, when the rice is still hot. Okay, and then we left it to cool, meaning the final temperature is low. Okay, so here what can we relate is there is a relationship between pressure and temperature. Okay, pressure and temperature. This is what we learn in pressure law. Okay, pressure law. So what happened to pressure as the final temperature decrease? Okay, now our final temperature is low, mean temperature is decreased. And you learn in pressure law, P is directly proportional to T. So when the final temperature is low, which means the pressure inside the pot is also low, means the outside temperature is higher. So it is pushing the lid inwards. That's why you will feel difficult to open the lid cover. Okay, so this is the relationship we write. As the temperature decrease, pressure inside decrease, mean pressure outside is greater. So answer is donkey. Okay, D. The air pressure inside the pot is lower than the atmospheric pressure. Mean atmospheric pressure outside is pressing on the lid. That's why you are going to feel difficult to open the lid. Yes, Waylun, is it? It is D. Okay, congratulations. Okay, next, 22. Okay, 22 still in chapter 4. Heat. All right. Now we have thermal equilibrium. Okay, thermal equilibrium diagram 16. It shows a metal spoon immersed in a cup of hot tea. So the two objects in contact here is the metal spoon and the hot tea. Okay, spoon is in contact with the hot tea. So the thermal equilibrium is reached when? When is thermal equilibrium reached? A, temperature of the metal spoon equal to the temperature of tea. B, mass of displaced tea equal to mass of metal spoon. Or C, volume of displaced tea equal to volume of metal spoon. Or was it D, specific heat capacity of tea equal to specific heat capacity of metal spoon? Which one? Thermal equilibrium. Two object is in contact. So what will happen when thermal equilibrium is reached? So for number 22, the answer is this is quite easy. This is the concept of thermal equilibrium. Yes, again, in C. 22, answer is A. And where is the others? Only the same person responding every time. Yes, Arifa, it is. D is the previous question, I think. Now 22, yes, Chui Fong, it is a temperature of metal spoon equal to temperature of tea. Okay, next. Okay, number 23. Again, the question on heat. Okay, we are still on chapter 4. Diagram shows a process of change of state. Okay, so in which process A, B, C, or D is latent heat of the vaporization absorbed? Okay, latent heat of the vaporization absorbed. Okay, so there are two keywords you must take a look here. Number one, latent heat of vaporization. Second is absorb. So in which process latent heat of vaporization absorb? A, B, C, or D? And before you answer this question, can you tell me which of these A, B, C, and D involve with latent heat of vaporization? Actually, there are two processes here involved latent heat of vaporization. Which one involve latent heat of vaporization? Vaporization means the temperature increases, right? So it involves heating process. So which one involve heating process? Heating process occur in A and B. Okay, while C and D is called a cooling process. Okay, cooling process involve latent heat of mana? Nanti kita tengok tu. A, so which one is the answer? Somebody say B. Okay, so A and B is a heating process. Okay, in A, ice melt into water. So it involves latent heat of what? When ice convert into water at constant temperature, it involves latent heat of fusion. Okay, for B, when water convert into steam, okay, at constant temperature, it involves latent heat of vaporization. Okay, how about D? Steam convert into water, also involve latent heat of vaporization. Water convert into ice at constant temperature involve latent heat of fusion. So A and C involve latent heat of fusion. Okay, B and D involve latent heat of vaporization. But there is one more thing here. It says absorb. Okay, absorb. So when is heat absorbed? During cooling or during heating? To get sure of the answer. In which condition heat is absorbed? During cooling or during heating? Class. Heat is absorbed by the material during heating or during cooling? Heating or cooling, heat is absorbed. So now we know the answer is either B or D only, because A and C involve latent heat of fusion. Ice convert into water, water convert into ice. Okay, heating, you must be very sure. Yes, it is heating. Heat is absorbed during heating. Okay, and heat is released during cooling. Yes, very good. So now we can get sure the answer is B. Okay, I write for you here. Heating involve heat absorbed. When cooling occur, heat is released by the material. So the answer is B. Okay, to be very sure, B is latent heat of vaporization absorbed. Okay, very well done for those who's answering B. Okay, now we move to question 17. It show image of birds appear in water. Okay, soalan ni ringkas saja. Okay, which phenomenon can we can explain this diagram? Okay, this is the diagram 17. You can see this is the bird and this is their image. So what kind of phenomenon occurs here? A, refraction, B, diffraction, C, reflection, D, total internal reflection. So the answer is, ni senang saja. Yes, answer is definitely reflection. Okay, reflection of light. Okay, number 25. Okay, 25. Some of you doesn't like this question because it is quite confusing. Okay, but for some, they love. Alright. So diagram 18 shows position of a man. We have a man, we have a table, and there is a vase placed on top of the table. And this is the plane mirror. So the question is, what is the distance of the table's image as seen by the man. For this kind of question, you have to read it carefully. Okay, because if you misunderstand the need, then you might get the wrong answer. They ask you to find the distance between the table's image as seen by the man, which means you have to find the distance between the man and the image of the table. So where will be the image of the table? Image of the table will be appear inside the mirror, behind the mirror. So what is the distance? Is it 2 meter, 4 meter, 5 meter, 8 meter? So how to do this? Okay, first you can draw a diagram. You can do a sketching. Okay, this is the plane. And this is where the man is standing at, the table, and V is for vase. And this is the image for all three. VI mean the vase image. Okay, T1 is a table, TI is a table's image, and MI refers to the man's image. Okay, so this is the location of each object and image, okay, together with the distance as well. Okay, this is what given in the diagram. Distance of the vase from the mirror is 2 meter and the table to the man is 2 meter, which means the distance between the vase and the table is 1 meter. Okay, because the total distance here is 5 meter. So what happened inside the mirror? Okay, so the distance of the vase image from the mirror will be equal to the distance of the vase from the mirror, which is also 2 meter. Okay, and the distance of the table from the mirror will be equal to the distance of the table from the mirror, which is 3 meter. Okay, so which means here we have 3 meter. The table appears 3 meter behind the mirror. Okay, and the man is 5 meter from the mirror. So the distance of the table's image, which is TI, from the man, which is M, is 5 plus 3. Yes, very good. Aying. Answer is donkey. 8 meter. Okay, 8 meter. Okay. Now we go to question 26. Diagram 19. Formation of image in human eye. Okay, this is the tree. It appears, okay, inverted in a human's eye. This is our retina at the back, okay, which produce the image. Okay, so which light phenomenon explain this situation? So this is lenses. Lenses works based on what? Inversion, refraction, diffraction, convergence. Remember, lenses works based on, just now we have a mirror. Mirror works based on reflection. How about lenses? Lenses works based on or due to, yes, refraction. So answer is refraction of light. Okay, remember lenses work based on or due to refraction, while for mirror it is reflection. Okay, number 27. Okay, it's already almost 6. Okay, diagram 20 shows 2 cars. Okay, now we have car P and car Q. Can you see car P and car Q? I zoom it for you. This is car P and car Q are coming from an opposite direction. And this is where we place a mirror at X. Okay, at this location X. Which mirror is the most suitable to be placed at X so that the driver in car P can see car Q, and the other way around, so that the driver in car Q can see car P, which is coming from the opposite direction. So which mirror is the most suitable to be placed here at X? Is it plane mirror? Is it concave mirror? Convex mirror? Or two plane mirror at an angle of 60 degrees? Which one is your choice? Which mirror is the most suitable to be placed here at X? Yes, answer is, okay, yes. So the answer is, okay, this is X. So before you answer, you must know what is the purpose. What is the purpose of placing a mirror here? Kenapa nak letak cermin di sana? It is to help to widen the field of view. Okay, help the road user to widen, or the driver to widen the field of view. So which mirror help us to widen the field of view? So the answer is yes, Jinjie. Very good. Answer is C. Yes, convex mirror. The purpose is to widen the field of view. All right. Okay, number 28. Now diagram 21. Okay, diagram 21, we are now in chapter 5, light. Okay, it shows a ray of light passing into a glass block. Okay, this is the incident ray. It is passing a glass block, so this is the refracted ray. Okay, and the question asks to you, what is the angle of incidence? So they ask you to calculate, to find the angle of incidence. Before that, if you look at this diagram, the dashed line shows to us the normal. Okay, the normal. A normal is a line which is 90 degree to the boundary of these two medium. We have air and glass block. So 32 is the angle of refraction. Angle between the refracted ray and the normal, 32 degree. So they give you the refractive index of the glass block 1.54. So by this, find the angle of incidence. Okay, what formula, class? We apply to find angle of incidence when you are given the angle of refraction and the refractive index as well. Refractive index is N. N equal to 1.54. Okay, so we can apply this formula. Yes, N equal to sine I over sine R. So we do the substitution where N is 1.54 sine I and sine R is sine 32. Okay, so you press your calculator. So sine 32 is 0.5299. Okay, multiply by 1.45. 1.54. And to get I, you find the F sign. Okay, you find the F sign for this. So it will give you, yes, answer is C. Very good. It will give you 54.69 degree. So the nearest is C, the nearest answer, 54.7 degree. So this is how we determine the angle of incidence by applying N equal to sine I over sine R. Okay? Okay, very well. Okay, now we go to question 29. Okay, now we are moving to chapter 6, wave. Okay, chapter 6. This is a very simple question, a basic one. Wavelength is shown by which? P, Q, R, or S? You are given diagram 22. This is P, this is Q, R, and S. Which region shows to us the wavelength? Which one is the wavelength? Was it P, Q, R, or S? Before that, what is the meaning of a wavelength? Anybody remember what is the meaning of a wavelength? To determine which one is a wavelength, A, B, C, or D? Yes, means one, yes. Answer is A, correct. Yes, Chui Fong, answer is A. Dylan, yes, P. Okay, before that, do you remember what wavelength is? Can you type what wavelength is? What wavelength? Answer is yes, correct. Answer is A, P. P shows the wavelength. But what is wavelength refers to? Can you type your answer? Anything you remember about wavelength? What is wavelength? Wavelength is the distance between two consecutive point on the same phase in a wave. Okay, distance between two consecutive point in the same phase on a wave. So ini the two. This is the 2 point, and they are at the same phase. So answer is P. Yes. Okay, now question 30. Which of the following is a characteristic of reflected wave? Okay, this question has no diagram. Okay. Again, it is on wave. Which of the following is a characteristic of reflected wave? Do you remember reflection of wave? Which characteristic shows reflected wave? Is it A, the wavelength increases? What happened to the wavelength after reflection? Changes or not changes? Frequency of the wave increases. Okay, what happened to frequency after reflection? C, velocity of propagation increases. What happened to velocity after reflection? Was it changed? Was it constant? Or answer is D, direction of propagation of wave changes. Yang mana satu? Arifah said distance between crest to another crest. Yes, very good, true. Or you can also say distance between two crest, trough to another trough. It is either distance between crest to the next crest to another crest, or distance between trough to the next trough to the another trough. Okay, or we can say distance between 2 points in the same phase. Phase means crest to crest, or trough to the next trough. Consecutive means side by side. Okay, very good. So which one? Yes, Jinjay. Answer is donkey. Okay, remember class, for reflection, after reflection, the wavelength, the frequency, the velocity all remain constant, no changes. Only the direction of propagation of wave change. Okay, and the energy of the wave decreases. Dua saja yang berubah, direction of propagation and the energy or the amplitude of the wave. The rest remain constant. Alright. Okay, next again, wave. Now diagram 22 shows water wave heading towards an island. So the water is coming from the ocean. It is propagating towards an island, shows in this diagram. So the question is, which of the following phenomenon experienced by the wave? So what will happen to the wave when they propagate from the ocean towards an island? So what will happen after that? After they meet the island, what will happen to the wave? Are they going to be refract, or is it called diffraction, interference, superposition? Propagation means movement. Okay, Jinjay. Propagation means direction of movement. In wave, we use the terms propagation. It propagate. It move from one point to another. Okay, propagate, moving. Okay. So which one? Refraction, diffraction, interference, superposition. So we can say now this island is act as an obstacle. Okay, the island is now act as an obstacle or a barrier. So what happened to a wave when they pass through a barrier, when they pass through an obstacle? Now remember what happened? They will undergo. What happened to a wave when they pass through an obstacle or pass through a barrier? They will, yes, they will be diffracted. Okay, they will be diffracted. So the phenomenon is diffraction. Okay, diffraction occur when wave pass through an obstacle or pass through a gap. Okay, an obstacle or a gap. So they will undergo diffraction. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, Jinjie. Okay, now 32. Still in wave. Now we have sound wave. It's an audio signal. It shows an audio signal on the same scale displacement time graph. Which graph shows the highest pitch audio signal? Okay, remember, the keyword is pitch. The keyword in this question is pitch. when you heard about pitch. Pitch can be related to what? Okay, pitch can be related to, who remember? Talking about sound wave, the pitch of a sound represent its what? Represent the frequency. Pitch represent the frequency. They ask you to find the highest pitch, mean they want you to show which of these waves shows the highest frequency. So was it A, was it B, was it C, or was it D? Frequency, yes, very good, Jinjie. Pitch refers to frequency. How about amplitude? Amplitude represent loudness. Okay, remember, pitch relate to frequency. Amplitude refers to loudness. Okay, loudness refer to amplitude. So which one? Tengok graf ini baik-baik. Mana yang paling tinggi frekuensi? Okay, for A. For A, what is the frequency? Can you tell me the frequency in A? Berapa dia punya frequency? From here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 plus the frequency. Okay, pitch represent frequency. Remember, for A, we have 7 plus hertz. The frequency is 7 plus hertz. And for B, it is 5 plus hertz. Okay, C, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 plus. Okay, 4 plus hertz. And then D, it is 2 plus hertz. So which one is the highest? Okay, very good, Chui Fong. This is quite easy. So answer is A. Highest pitch represent highest frequency. Okay, next, 33. Okay, diagram 24, we are still in wave. It shows a pattern of water wave observed by a student after he threw a stone into a lake. So I zoom the diagram for you first. Okay, this is a student who threw a stone into a lake, and this is the ripple of the water wave shown. Okay, this is the wavelength at this area, and this is the pattern of the wavefront, or it shows the wavelength at the other side. Okay, this is area K. Okay, this area is marked as area K, and on the left side is marked as area J. Remember, on the right side is area K, on the left side we have area J. Okay, so what the question asks? Which of the following comparison is true about area J and area K? So which one is true? So you highlight the word true. Area J and K. A say area K is deeper than area J. Was it true? Is K deeper than J? B. Velocity of water wave at area K is smaller than area J. So is it true? The velocity of the water here is smaller or lower? And then C. Wavelength of the water wave at area K is bigger. Wavelength, look at the wavelength. Is it true? Wavelength at K is bigger compared to J. And then D. Frequency of water wave at area K is bigger than area J. Dia kata sini frequency here is bigger than area J. So which one do you think is the correct answer? A, B, C, or D? Okay. Means one say A. This A refers to, I think, the previous question. Is it means one? You means 32, right? Okay. So 33, what is your answer? Okay, yes. So what information can we get from this diagram? Area K, we know that the wavelength is shorter. Okay, while in area K, you can see that the wavelength is longer. Okay, so which one? Velocity of water wave at area K is smaller. Okay, what is the relationship between velocity and wavelength? When wavelength is shorter, velocity is smaller. Okay, when wavelength is longer, velocity is higher. So yes, very good, Chui Fong. 33 answer is B. Okay. Okay, now we move to question 34. It is now asking about light. Light with monochromatic light. Do you remember what monochromatic light refers to? Monochromatic lights. The word mono means one, single. Okay, so monochromatic light is a light with one wavelength and one color. Okay, if they ask you to write definition for monochromatic light, it is a light with one color and one wavelength. Okay, so they give you three kind of light: light P, light Q, and light R. Okay, this is the pattern of interference for all these three lights. Okay, from this pattern, what information you can get? This pattern give you what information? Actually, that tells us the wavelength. Okay, that tells us the wavelength of the light. Where to find the wavelength? The distance between two bright fringes, or the distance between two dark fringes. Okay, that will give you the wavelength. So this is the wavelength for light P. And then you can find the wavelength for light Q, and then the wavelength for light R. So you can compare the wavelength in each of these three lights, P, Q, and R. So the question is, which of the following are the colors for the monochromatic lights? So they give you the choices of answer. I zoom the table of answer for you. A said light P is yellow, Q is green, R is blue. B said P is green, Q is R is blue. C said P is orange, Q is yellow, R is green. While D said P is red, Q is violet, and R is yellow. So which one do you think the best pair show this represent these three colors? P, Q, and R. So just now I said to you the wavelength is determined by the distance between the two bright fringes or the two dark fringes. So here we can say a light P has the longest wavelength, followed by light R, followed by light Q. Mean P is the longest, Q is the shortest. So here what you must know is you must remember the wavelength of each of these color in the color spectrum. Okay, remember the 7 spectrum of color. So which color has the longest wavelength? Who remember? Which color has the longest wavelength? What color? What color has the longest wavelength in the color spectrum? Anyone? Which color has the longest wavelength, or which color has the shortest wavelength? Look at the rainbow. Which color shows the longest wavelength? Is it red or is it violet, the longest? Yeah, so we start with this pattern. Okay, we start with this pattern. Okay, I zoom it for you. Okay, ROYGBIV, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Okay, so the longest is red, and the shortest is violet. Okay, I write here the wavelength decreases. Means red has the longest and violet has the shortest. Okay, we go back to the choices of answer. Which one? Which one can be represent P? Which one can represent Q? Which one can represent R? Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Yes, ginger red is the longest. So what is your answer for number 34, class? Which color suitable represent P, Q, and R? A, B, C, or D? And the answer is, so which one? Look carefully. I zoom the table again for you if you cannot see them clearly. We have A, B, C, and D. Okay, so what do you say? D. Okay, most of you say D. Yes, I think you can see clearly now. Yes, very good answer is D. So if you don't have any idea how to come up with the answer, you can draw this color spectrum from R, red to violet. The wavelength decreases. Okay, so yes, very good answer is D. Okay. Now we are moving to question 35. Okay. We are need to end soon. Diagram 26. Okay, it is now still in wave. Okay. It shows two consecutive loud sounds heard along PQ line at 3 meters from two similar loudspeakers connected to an audio generator. Okay, so this is the audio generator which produces sound, and the sound entering a two identical loudspeaker. Okay, the question is determine the distance between two consecutive loud sound along line RS. Along RS line. RS line is the dotted line, the dash line. Located 1 meter from PQ line. So initially we have PQ line. Okay, when PQ line is 3 meter from the loudspeaker. And then this is the distance between the two loud sound which produce at PQ line. Sorry, the distance is 0.5 meter. Now, if you place another line here, line RS, they ask you to find the new distance. The new distance of the two loud sound which is produced along this line, where RS is 1 meter away from PQ, or RS is 4 meter away from the loudspeaker. Do you have any idea how to solve this question? Okay. You read the question carefully and study the diagram given carefully. Okay. This is the audio generator connected to the speaker. PQ is 3 meter from the speaker. So this is the difference of the distance between the two loud sound, 0.5. And now we place another line here, RS, for you to determine the distance of two loud sound appear along this line. So if this 0.5 meter here, how much? Okay, ini distance 1 meter from PQ, and PQ is 3 meter away from the loudspeaker. Apa formula nak guna, Min Suan? Can you give me the formula? Remember the formula, class? What formula we apply here? Remember? Lambda equal to AX divided by D. Okay, this is the general formula. Lambda equal to AX divided by D. Lambda is the wavelength. What is A? A is distance between two loudspeakers. Okay, and X distance between two loud sound. And then D is distance between the loud sound from the speaker. Okay, yes, the formula is AX divided by D. Okay, then what to do next? How to apply this formula? Is the wavelength given? The wavelength is not given, right? Is A given? A also not given. So you have two unknown here. We have X. If you look at line PQ, we know X. X is 0.5. And we have D. D is 3 meter. But we don't have lambda. We also don't have A. It doesn't given. Dia tak bagi dalam formula ini. But you are given with this distance between PQ and RS, 1 meter. So how to find? What can we do is we can solve, we can use a Boleh guna apa? Simultaneous equation. Kita boleh buat persamaan di sini. Okay, now for the first line PQ and line RS, what are the similarity between them? Both sound are coming from the same sources. Okay, means the wavelength in both cases is the same. Okay, in both cases the wavelength is the same. Same goes to A. Okay, both sound coming from the identical loudspeaker. Kita guna loudspeaker yang sama, mean A pun constant. Lambda is constant, A also constant. So we can write this formula. A1 x1 over D1. Yes, Vinci, very good. Equal A2 x2 divide by D2. Okay, the wavelength is the same. The wavelength for the sound produced in line PQ is the same with the wavelength of the sound produced in RS. So, lambda 1 equal to lambda 2. Okay, lambda 1 is A1 x1 divided by D1. Lambda 2 is A2 x2 divided by D2. Lambda 1 for any line PQ. Lambda 2 for line RS. Okay, and then A is the same, which means A1 and A2 is the same. So we can cancel them off. Boleh cancel lagi. A1 and A2 is the same. So we cancel them off. Means the one that remain is X1 over D1 equal X2 over D2. Okay, so by this, X1 is 0.5, D1 is 3 meter, X2 we want to find, and D2 is 4 meter. Okay, apa itu D? Distance between the line from the speaker. So ini 4 meter. So by this we can find X2 is 0.67 meter. You will get 0.66666 meter. So you simplify 0.67 meter. Okay, this question is quite challenging, but it is actually not that tough if you understand the concept behind it. That's why I say paper 1 is all to do with concept. Okay, then comes the formula. Concept first, then the formula. Okay, 36. We have 6 minutes to go. Okay, 36. Okay, now we have diagram 27. Okay, it shows two light charged sphere, R and S. So this is the light charge sphere R and S, hung from point T by two threads of the same length, made of a material that does not conduct electricity. And given, it is found that the angle of deflection of theta is greater than A. Okay, angle of deflection of theta is greater than angle of deflection of A. Which of the following statement is true? Where is A? Where is theta? You can see. Theta give the deflection for R and A give the angle of deflection for S. Okay, so the question asks you which of the following statement is true? A. The charge of R is less than the charge of S. B. The charge of R is greater than the charge of S. C. The mass of R is less than the mass of S. And then D. The mass of R is greater than the mass of S. So which one? The situation is deflection. Okay, deflection of a light charge sphere. Okay. So which one causes the difference of angle of deflection? Why R has a bigger deflection compared to S? So answer is, this is related to the, yes, related to the mass. Okay, related to the mass. The mass of R is less, so it will deflect more. It will show a bigger deflection. Okay. Okay, next. 37. Okay, 37 is electricity. Okay, electricity. Yes, very good, Arifah. C. 36 is C because of the mass of R is less. Okay, now 37. Okay, bin C. Yes, good. Okay, you are given diagram 28. It shows three different types of wire. We have X, Y, and Z. Okay, with the same length and same thickness. X is a copper wire, while Y is an iron, and Z is a constant wire. Okay, so we have X, Y, and Z. So the question is, which switches should be switched on to get the highest reading of ammeter? Okay, so what's the idea behind this question? Which switches? Switch or switches? You have, if you look at this diagram, we have four switches here. P is the main switch, and Q is a switch connected to X, R is a switch connected to Y, and S is a switch connected to Z. And this is where the ammeter is placed at. So which switch or switches should be switched on to get highest reading of ammeter? Okay, how to get highest reading of ammeter? Highest reading of ammeter means highest current. To get the highest current flow in the circuit. Okay, you have three types of wire: copper wire, iron wire, and constant wire, which means you must know the resistance of each of these wire. Which wire has a higher resistance, which wire has a lower resistance. So which of these three wire has a lowest resistance? Because we want to produce a highest current. So which wire has the lowest resistance? Copper, iron, or constant wire? Which one? Which wire has the lowest resistance? This is the idea behind this question. So lowest resistance will give us the highest current, and the lowest resistance is given by copper. Okay, lowest resistance is given by copper, which means you must switch on the switch connected to the copper, which is Q. Okay, yes, very good. Copper has the lowest resistance, which means Q must be switched on because it is connected in series with X, which is copper. Plus, P is the main switch. Our main switch must be switched on. So the answer is A. Very good. Answer is A, P, and Q. Okay. Okay, next. 38. Okay, we have three more questions left. 38. Diagram 29 show two resistors. So we have resistor R, another one down here. R is given 3 ohm, the resistance that connected to a dry cell here at the middle, which has an EMF, electromotive force, 12 volt. And given the internal resistance of the dry cell is 1.5 ohm. Okay, so this is a question on electricity, electromotive force. The question is, what is the current flow through each resistor? Okay, what is the current flow through each resistor? Can you tell me these two resistors, are they connect in series or in parallel? Okay, tell me. These two resistors are they connect in series or in parallel? Okay, they are connected in series or parallel, class? Yes, series or parallel? They are connected in, yes, they are connected in parallel. And given the resistance is the same, 3 ohm. So what will happen to the amount of current flow in a parallel circuit? Yes, parallel, very good, Jinja. They are parallel and their resistance is the same. Both has 3 ohm. So the amount of current flow in each will be the same or different. They are in parallel and the resistance is the same, which means the current flow will be equal. If 1 ampere flow to R, mean 1 ampere also flow to another one, flow to both. Okay, so how to solve? How to find the solution for this question? Bagaimana nak selesaikan soalan ini? They ask you to find the current flow through each resistor. So first and foremost, you must find the total current flow in the circuit. Okay, we must find the total current flow in the circuit. How to find the total current flow in the circuit? By applying this equation. E equal to IR plus IR. Okay, if you remember the formula, E equal to V plus I small r. Okay, with V itu kita boleh write in terms of IR. So we take the I to the front, kita keluarkan I, so in bracket is R plus R. Capital R ini is the external resistance from here, from these two. And R ini is the internal resistance from the battery. Yes, we see, very good. E equal to I in bracket R plus R. Okay, then we do the substitution. Okay, E is 12 volt. It is given here, the electromotive force. Okay, current we want to find. Okay, do you know why R here is 1.5? You know why it is R.5, 1.5, right? Because they are in parallel. Okay, these two they are in parallel and both with resistance of 3. So the effective resistance will be 1.5. Okay, will be 1.5. Plus, this 1.5 is the internal resistance of the battery. Okay, so by this, the total current flow in the circuit is 4 ampere. So the total current flow in the circuit is 4 ampere. So this 4 ampere, how much will flow to this R and how much will flow to this R below? Just now I said because they are in parallel and the resistance is the same, which means the same amount of current will flow. Means this 4 ampere will be divided equally into both resistor. Mean 2 ampere flow, current flow in this way, sorry. So 4 ampere come out from this cell. So at this junction, 2 ampere flows up to the R above and another 2 ampere flows to the R below. And they meet here plus 4 ampere flow back to the battery. Okay, so 4 ampere comes out from the cell and this junction split into 2. 2 ampere flows to this R, another 2 ampere flow to this R. Mean the amount of current flow to R is 2 ampere. Alright, so answer is A. Answer is, answer is B, 2 ampere. B, boy, 2 ampere. Okay, the last two questions, 39. So I hope you're clear with 38, okay? Okay, 39, still in electricity. Okay, now definition. You are given a hair dryer. Okay, let's zoom our hair dryer above here. Okay, this is the mini hair dryer with a voltage 220 volt and it has a power of 200 watt. Okay, so this is the information about this mini hair dryer. What is the meaning of 220 volt 200 watt label on the hair dryer? This kind of question always come out in paper 2. Definition. Okay, they ask you what is the meaning of 220 volt 200 watt. So you have to write. So which one? Was it A? When a power of 200 watts applied to the hair dryer, it will release potential difference of 220 volt. Is that true? Or B? When potential difference of 200 watts supplied to the hair dryer, it will release power at 220 volt per second. It sounds weird. And then C, when a potential difference of 220 volt is supplied to the hair dryer, it will release a power at 200 joule per second. It sounds no problem, but take a look at C first. When a potential difference of 220 volt is supplied to the hair dryer, it will release power at 200 watt per second. So you can see that C and D It's quite similar, but there is a big difference there. So which one is the correct answer? A and B is totally outrageous, so you can reject them. It is totally wrong. Okay. Because it's not the power that we supply the potential different, then only the power generate. So which one is it, C or D? This one you have to read carefully the full sentence, read the full answer correct. Read the full answer first, and then only you make a wise decision. So the answer is, yes, answer is C. Okay, when potential difference of 220 volts supply to the hair dryer, it will release power at 200 joule per second. Or you can say it will release a power at 200 watt. Kalau you tulis watt, you don't have to write per second at the back because watt is already tell joule per second. Alright, so answer is C. Okay, class. So I think we have come to the final question for today. Question 40. It's already 6:38 p.m. Okay, thank you for still being with me. Another one more question to do. Okay. 31, diagram 31 shows a wire carrying a current. I is placed between two magnetic poles. So this is our diagram. So this is the current carrying conductor. This is show how the current flow in this conductor, and this is the position of the north and south pole magnet. Okay, so this is quite easy. Which direction indicates the direction of force acting on the wire? So when you place a current carrying conductor in between a permanent magnet, there will be a force acting on the wire. So how to determine the direction? Which law? Which rule we apply here? Which rule? It is Fleming, right? Yes, Fleming. But which one? Fleming left hand or Fleming right hand? Left hand or right hand we apply here to determine the force, direction of force acting on the wire. Fleming's left hand or Fleming's right hand? Which one? It is Fleming's, yes, Fleming's left hand rule. Left, yes, yes, you must be sure, Jinjie, Fleming's left hand to determine the force. Okay, so how to place our left hand according to this diagram? Yes, Chui Fong, it is left hand. So, I show the current. Okay, so pointing, current pointing where? Remember your forefinger shows what? Forefinger shows direction of magnetic field. Okay. Sorry, ini first finger. Cikgu dah confused. Okay. First finger show direction of magnetic field. So it pointed to the south. So your first finger must pointed to the south. Middle finger shows what? Middle finger shows direction of current. It point to the direction of I. Point into. Okay. So first finger point to the south. And a middle finger point to the direction of current. And now you can see that my thumb is pointing downwards. Okay, my thumb is pointing downwards, which means the direction of force acting on the wire is downwards. So answer is donkey. Okay, answer is donkey. Fleming's left hand rule. First finger point to the direction of magnetic field. Point to the south, remember. Okay, middle finger pointing to the direction of current. So thumb represent the motion or direction of force acting on the wire. In this case, diagram 31, it is pointing downwards, 31. Donkey. So answer is donkey. So I guess that's all for today. Again, thank you very much for joining our class. I'm sorry, first of all, I'm really sorry because I have to shift the time from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it will be the same thing for this Friday. So I hope you can reschedule your time. But it is only for this week. Okay, for next week, we are going back to the normal hour at 10 a.m. Okay, class. So this Friday, you please don't you have actually you must come to the school. The HM has schedule when this class have to come to the school. So get all the paper for all subjects. Means for next Friday, you're going to have the complete set for paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. And then plus, I already post this paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3 together with the answer in the Telegram group. So please get them from there if you still don't have. Tapi kalau you tak mau pun tak, you don't want to download again, you don't want to repeat again, never mind. This Friday you go and collect them from the school. Okay. Again, thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you very much for your effort. So I hope to see you again next Friday. Okay. So as usual, later you please jot down your name and your class in the comment section of this video, as it will be refers to your attendance. Okay, class, I think that's all for today. Again, thank you and see you again next Friday. Okay, till then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay at home. All right, thank you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum. Okay, thank you. Hey, where's my mouse?